This card forcing technique is so easy to do and so much convincing that it is actually going to blow your mind. Now before going into the tutorial, this is what it looks like. And as you can see over here, I have this deck of cards completely mixed up and all the cards are different. I'm going to give these cards to the spectator. He or she is going to shuffle these cards as much as they want, and after that they're going to start dealing the card just like that, and they can also deal multiple cards at a time if they want to, and whenever they want they can just stop dealing these cards. And at this point I'm going to give them a chance to change their mind, take away few cards from this pack, or maybe add few more cards to this pack. And let's say they change their mind and add few more cards to this pack, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep this box right over here so that they can't change their mind anymore and I can't mess with this pack of cards. Right now at this point, by the way that they have shuffled the cards and the way they have dealt the cards and stopped to a point, I can surely tell that the card they have stopped to is the Ace of Spades, and the card that is right over here is none other than the Ace of Spades. So this is what the forcing looks like. Now as a magician, many of you might have got this, how this is done, how this works, and if you have got this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And for those who doesn't know how this is done, it is very simple to do, and let's move on to the tutorial. Okay guys, this is how this trick is done. Now before starting off with this tutorial, I just wanted to say that I learned this trick from a Facebook video, and the link to that video will be given in the description so that you can check it out. Now before starting off with the forcing, what you need to do is, after you take out these cards from this box, you're going to take out a card secretly from this deck of cards, which is the card that you're going to force. Now for me it's the Ace of Spades, which I'm going to take it out secretly from this deck of cards and put it right under the box just like that, and I'm going to hold this the entire time. Now in the performance I was keeping it by the side of the table because I didn't have any spectator, so I had to do all the things that the spectator has to do. So for that reason I was keeping it by the side of the table, but for your case you're going to hold this card and the box together just like that, so that the card stays squared up the entire time with the box. Now I'm going to keep the box and the card right over here because I don't have a spectator, of course. And here's what the spectator is going to do. They're going to shuffle, and whatever they're going to do after that, they're going to start dealing. Then after a point when they finish dealing, what you're going to do is you are just going to have this card and the box right in this, and you're going to take both of these things and drop it onto the top of the pile that they have dealt to. And as soon as you drop the card, you're immediately going to do a quick squaring just like that. Not a perfect one, but a quick and haphazard squaring, so that when you lift the box, the top card that you just added onto this pile, that is the card that you want to force, it looks natural that like that they have dealt that card last. So at this point all you're going to do is you're going to just pick up this card box, and the spectator is going to look at this card and it will be the card that I have forced to them. So this is the card that I dropped along with the box on top of this pile. So that's how this forcing is done. Now you can do the reveal in many ways, like the way I did in my performance. That is by the way you shuffle the cards, then you dealt it. I am very much sure that you stopped at the Ace of Spades. So at this point they are going to see that yes, it is the Ace of Spades. So that's the trick. Now for any other trick where you need to force a playing card, you can also do this force and you'll successfully force a playing card. The spectator is going to think that it is a random card, but no, you're forcing them. So that's how you're going to do it. And yes, there's an advanced handling to this. That is, you're having this card somewhere inside the deck of cards. Then what you're going to do is, after taking out the deck, all you're going to do is you are just going to go and look for the card just like that, and as you find that card, you're just going to curl it to the top of the deck. Right now it's on the top, and then from the top you are just going to go use your pinky finger and do a gambler's cop. Now I'm showing this very quickly because this is not the actual context of the video. You're going to do a gambler's cop, and then what you're going to do is you are just going to take this box and keep it on top of that card just like that. So at this point that the card is right under the box and safe and secure to be forced to the spectator. So that's how you're going to force it. And there's one more thing that I want to say, that is why I don't keep this card and the box just like that by the side of the table. While in the performance I had to keep it because I didn't have a spectator, because I had to do all the things. But while I'm actually performing it, why I keep it on my hand? That is because I don't want this box to slip away from the card, or maybe while going to lift the box, if the card and the box is on the table, while going to lift both of this, I'm able to lift them now, but this could be a possible accident that can happen. That is, the box is right over here on the top of the card, but when I'm going to lift it, I miss the card by any chance, and that's how the card is actually exposed. So I don't want any kind of accident to happen, and that's why I usually prefer everyone to keep the card and the box together just like that in their hand. So that's how this trick is done, and that's it for the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Peace.